That's a good volume. To my knowledge, which is all secondhand, the throwing of the mind, a sort of mental ventriloquism, was tried just once in a clearing of some piney woods on a hot summer afternoon somewhere in the South, early last century, by a fellow who had the circus in his blood. They say he studied the science of the stars from his cabin porch for over many a jug of moonshine, and that his eyes would glaze over when the mathematics took hold of him good. On the fateful day in question, with his friends and neighbors gathered round, he imbibed copious amounts of the mathematical fluid and went to work. Knowing he would likely need it sooner or later, he didn't toss his mind out like an empty jug. He threw it with some finesse, like a boomerang, fully expecting it to come right back. Problem was, at least this was the speculation at the time, is that even if his mind came back, there was nobody home, so to speak, to take delivery of it, to sign for it. His mathematics failed to foresee this small but critical detail. Even if his mind continually circled around and around, going right through his head on every pass, he didn't have the wherewithal to snag it, insensible, insensate, and stupefied as he was. So his friends and neighbors reluctantly propped him up the best they could, something like a scarecrow, which he proved to be very effective as, and prayed that his mind and him would be reunited, but they had their own problems to attend to, and after a while they'd all drifted home. Some say his mind is still out there, whirling around, and that you might hear it whizzing by your ear on a hot summer's day, but in all probability, or in most of it, it's been snatched up by an angel or the like, or we like to think. I like it best. Which one do I want? Yeah. Let's try zooming and see how we like that. This is about doable. Oh. The observatory at dawn. I should get the whole image in. I'm always cropping it, so there's no. Oh, I don't want that. That's pretty good. Is it? It's coming very close. Barely touched this. I tried another app that I don't like settling because it's so close to being able to marry that edge there. God, no, I had an app where you had here I have to spread my fingers. Yeah, it's still not enough. It is. All right. observatory at dawn. I see I've read this before. I feel like I'm cheating. I thought I was going to feel that way, but I'll bet it'll be okay. It should even be better if there were such things as rehearsals. So, the observatory at dawn. Yeah, it ends right there. You're seeing the whole thing. Words are just numbers in disguise to the old astronomer. Asleep at the lens, browsing in inner see-through history of the heavens. From a lullaby of rotating words, silver numbers emerge, zillions of them. This is what he comes back for, what he tries so hard to remember, this simple lullaby. But it evaporates on the outskirts of the earth life every morning, and all he remembers is there's something he forgot. The telescope pokes through the roof, the azimuth is tilted, the Milky Way is watered down, the stars of dawn are wilted. I have a book I just bought yesterday. It was my favorite when I was reading to my kids. Anyway, at the end, but the fox just yawned. He sighed and he yawned. Then he lowered his ears, curled his big bushy tail around him, closed his eyes, and went to sleep. He went to sleep right away without even thinking about what he'd see. For of course the fox never could remember the next day what he had seen the day before. Thank you, Randy. I'm done, huh? This day's work.